to the Real Whovians cast. I am Major Squad 212.
God damn.
Mike D, what's up, Mike D?
God damn.
Hello.
What's up? Hello.
Hi.
How are you? How you doing?
Salutations.
I'm good.
All right, so you're dressed as the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, right?
Yes, that's right.
All right, so are you all psyched about the series? That's like when she's going to regenerate Christmas time? And
Absolutely.
yeah, okay.
Important.
So what are you looking forward to most? Like, what do you think they're going to do with her character?
Wow, I have no idea. I'm looking forward to the dynamic between having a female Doctor, male companion.
Okay.
It should be interesting because she's young and the companion's a bit older, and they don't really do that often. So should be interesting.
But is he definitely the companion? Because we're hearing that she may have multiple companions.
I love it when they do multiple companions. I mean, Bill and Nardole worked so well. I actually think it works better when you have two companions, so I'm hoping there's another one.
Now, what do you think, how do you think it's going to fit this Christmas, where we're going to have Bill, Nardole, I believe Nardole's in it, and Clara, with Peter Capaldi's send-off?
Yeah, I think Bill and Clara will have a bit of an interesting dialogue, to be honest.
Right.
I don't know that they get along.
Right. Do you think that any of them is going to influence his regeneration? That's going to cause him to regenerate into a female, or do you think it's going to be a natural occurrence?
Well, I already felt like Bill had done that. You know, when he was saying goodbye to her, she said to him, you know, remember I like them young and female or something like that.
Right.
I think that he felt particularly guilty about how she went, and that was possibly part of it.
Right. How long do you think how many minutes is she going to appear in the Christmas special? You think it's just going to be a couple of seconds, like Matt Smith, or you think we're going to get like at least a couple of minutes out of it? Because it's going to be a long wait.
I think it's probably not going to be as much as we want.
Yeah, probably a couple seconds, right?
Yeah, because there's too many other like big build names happening. That makes me feel like it's going to focus on everybody else. And
are you going to be able to not have Doctor Who 10 months later? I mean, how are you going to cope? It's going to be 10 months until you see her again.
It's hard. I read a lot of Doctor Who comics. That keeps me going in the meantime.
Okay. Are you looking forward to the Diary of River Song Season 3, where there's Frances Barber's going to return as Madame Corvarian, and they're going to have Peter Davison with River Song? Do you like the Big Finish audios, or?
I haven't heard them, but would love to.
Okay. Are you a fan of Madame Corvarian, or?
She was cool.
Okay. But mostly, like Jodie. Now, you watched Jodie Whittaker before, like in any of the other roles that she had, or no?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Okay. So now, how long have you been a Doctor Who fan?
Probably since about 2007, 2008, maybe.
Okay.
But
So
I recapped it right back to 2005, and I've watched everything, possibly twice, from 2005 on.
Did you watch any of the classic episodes?
When I was a kid, but I don't remember much. I was quite young.
Okay.
I try to go back and watch some when I can.
Okay. Now, are you going to have like a big party when they have the Christmas special, like gathering like friends around? Like, I know like when we have like stuff like that, we have parties here like Doctor Who and Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. But are you going to have like a big get together, or are you just going to watch it regularly?
I like to watch it with my two sisters who are fans, so we'll often get together to watch it. I do, you know, if I had friends, I'd invite them too.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
Not one that I use a lot, no.
I mean, you could always do a reaction to the regeneration, and then you can put it up on YouTube.
That's a nice idea, because I have awesome reactions to things.
Yeah, people get a lot of views when it comes to reactions and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, no, I might try that.
Now, are you there today and tomorrow? I guess are you looking forward to Gemma Louise Collins?
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to anything Doctor Who based.
But now Jodie Whittaker's not there, though, right? Or
Sorry?
Jodie Whittaker's not appearing there, though, right? For the next couple of days? No?
No.
Okay. All right. And you usually go to conventions, or?
I go to Supernova and Comic Con every year, so there's 3 in Queensland that I attend each year.
Okay. You familiar with Jacob? He's met a lot of celebrities, and he's on his channel. He's got a lot of pictures. Missy, right?
Yep.
Jacob? Yeah.
Yeah. He's my ticket to stardom.
There you go. All right. Go, Jacob. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much. I don't want to keep you from your experience there with the comic convention and stuff like that. And so, what is your first name, by the way?
Sorry?
What's your first name, by the way?
Oh, Gemma.
Gemma, it's a pleasure to meet you, Gemma. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Please subscribe. All right. Take care.
Will do. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, Gemma,
Yeah.
can you tell those people behind you to shut the hell up?
He's joking. All right.
Cute.
Oh, Jacob. Oh, very good, bro. Thank you.
Jacob, you gonna hit that?
Yeah.
Stop. All right. Jacob, listen. Get us a shout out with John Louise Coleman tomorrow.
I will
Yeah.
definitely try it.
All right,
Try
bro.
for you guys.
I'll let you go because I know you want to go do your thing. So
Yeah.
you gotta go, bro.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, bro.
Bye.
Go hit
Bye.
that.
Bye, Jacob. Bye, Clarke. Bye, Gemma. All right. Be good, bro. Cool.
Go
All
hit
right. So again, let's continue with because we were talking about the news. After we finished the cast last night, I'm about to go to sleep. I got a thing. It was an alert. And there you go with the Doctor Who news late in the wee hours in the morning. Frances Barber, who plays Madame Kovarian, is going to be in a Big Finish audio with River Song.
Yeah.
It's going to be her 3rd season into 2018. It's going to be released January. And Peter Davison is going to encounter River Song. So, I mean, this is the trend now that she's appearing with all the classic Doctors. And I'm sure that being that David Bradley is doing audios now, he's going to probably do one with her and Tom Baker, and I'm sure they're going to, what do you feel about that, Mike D? Do you think...
Well, I don't. Isn't Davison against female Time Lords? He might get some hate from the SJWs over there.
But she's not, I mean, that's the wife, though, I mean, she's not a Time Lord, really. She's half human, half whatever. I mean, no, she's not Gallifreyan, but I don't even know what else she is. She can regenerate.
But that doesn't matter to the SJWs. You can't explain that. Yeah. They're just going to find it a reason to attack Peter Davison.
Oh, she's blonde hair. Oh, she's not Asian. Oh, she's not this.
I mean, I wonder how it is for him to do audios with these people. Like, I mean, I know he had that disagreement with Janet Fielding. I mean, she was very strong about, even today, I took her yesterday, she was talking about Red Dwarf. She was mad that there's no female characters or something.
They have a female. It was Christine.
Yeah.
She said something about where the female characters in Red Dwarf. There's any or there isn't.
There was a crew member they had named Christine Kaczynski for like at least 2 or 3 seasons. Because I'm a huge fan of Red Dwarf.
Oh, all right.
But there's been, and in fact, Holly, their computer, was a female.
Yeah, she was a female.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, it must be hard for him, though, right?
Talking about basically what?
It must be incredibly hard for him to do audios with her if they have this big disagreement. No.
Well, I mean, do you see it more like a brother-sister sort of friendly bickering, or do you see it like there's really some malice involved in that?
I don't know. See, the thing is, I think they're very close because when she had that thing with the cancer thing, he was all looking to help her and doing all that stuff and beyond supportive. Like, he was unbelievably, like, doing anything he can for her,
Well, then they should be like that, I mean, there's no reason. I mean, they've got a history together. They've been friends.
He's been a gentleman. He's been a great guy. doing that, you know? That's his buddy, you know? And I'm just wondering now, you think it's like a brotherly, sisterly thing, like this little disagreement thing?
Well, I don't know them well enough, obviously, to make that call one way or the other. I was just making, being the devil's advocate, for example, and saying, let's not get too involved with the hype with that or whatever.
Probably
if that's the case.
Clickbait anyway.
But Colin Baker, do you think that's genuine, him and Colin Baker, or no?
Well, if I remember correctly, didn't in the Doctors special that they did as a goof, didn't they kind of goof on each other in a way, kind of like Pertwee and Troughton did, like in Five Doctors? And
what do you mean in the Dimensions in Time?
Well, like their characters are perceived as kind of being at odds with each other, but as actors and stuff, like they liked each other. It was like friendly fucking around.
But where did we have that when they were interacting with each other, really?
With Colin Baker and Pete. Well, maybe it's kind of like, remember when Patrick Troughton was.
But we've never had that on camera.
No, we have. That's what I'm about to say. But remember when Troughton used to call Colin Baker Miss Piggy all the time, and he would never say, "Oh, I'm kidding." But it was an inside joke between he and Colin Baker, because when they were on the Two Doctors together, it was like it was a friendly nickname he had, and Colin Baker was receptive of that, and it became a joke. But see, in today's like politically correct day, people would be like, "Oh, Patrick Troughton's hating on Colin Baker, calling him Miss Piggy," and So maybe people are just a little too sensitive about shit. I mean, Colin Baker didn't he come out in favor of the female doctor? But I mean, he wasn't like Moffat or Davies, where they're just shitting on people who.
So there's no real big tension between him and Peter Davison. And Jenna Fielding and Peter Davison, it's just a disagreement, right? I mean, you don't think it's like
about the question. If you're asking me like just man to man about things, I think that Davison, obviously with him deleting his Twitter account, right, or having it deleted.
Yeah, I mean, I really felt that Janet Fielding and Colin Baker kind of went too far with him, where they caused the situation for him to be bombarded with nonsense on his Twitter to quit Twitter in the first place.
I think what's happening, you guys hear me out and then agree, disagree, throw in ideas or whatever. But I think this is part of the problem, is that they're an older generation. I think they grew up in a time where it was okay for comrades to kind of make jokes with each other and stuff. But they're a generation removed from the politically correct times we live in. And so what starts as a joke, the SJWs jump on board, and they start. I don't think they were planning on the backlash Davison was going to get.
Right.
And they were using that as ammo and fodder, when I think that they weren't trying to bring the heat on Davison, but the SJWs used it as an excuse to jump on there and just be like, oh man, woman hater, and he's an old fogey behind the times. Peter Davison's this and that. And I think that, because I don't think Colin Baker, Janet Fielding wanted to have that sort of attention drawn to Davison. Right. That would happen, where he had to shut down his Twitter account. I mean, come on.
That's ridiculous, really. I think that's a little,
And I mean, the guy's been around for decades acting. Davison's been in so many things. I mean, it's not like you can take him as a joke. I mean, he just, take him as a joke, not what he says jokingly sometimes. But I mean, the guy's, even if he came out and just said, "I don't think the doctor should ever be a woman," I mean, he shouldn't be getting animosity over that or hatred about it.
That I mean,
that's stupid. Stupid. The fact that everybody says, "Oh, you're misogynist." No, we're not being misogynistic. We put out our views. We state why there's a possibility of what could destroy the show by this happening. And instead of listening to it, they want to try to shut us up by name calling, and tells me, if you want to drop to that level, you've already defeated your argument. And you honestly don't have an equal answer to back your own argument up. So
they don't have an answer to combat what you're presenting.
No, they don't.
You're bringing actual material and saying, well, this is the reason that I think this may impact the show in a negative way. Mm-hmm. And then they get into an ad hominem attack rather than address what you brought to the table. And you're like, okay, I'm whatever, fill in the blank, but you still haven't answered the question.
Yeah.
And you haven't addressed my question.
And they also considered you walking away as a win, when in reality the person just got so damn frustrated in trying to explain their point that they don't want to listen. because they've already made up their mind that, and once again, a lot of these people are screaming out Jodie Whittaker and
what
13th Doctor.
and what have they done? They ruined it for the fan base.
Yeah.
They enjoyed being a Twitter follower of Peter Davison and to hear his viewpoints, and now he's just like, well, fuck it. It's not worth.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Something that somebody can misconstrue as to some opportunistic way to like bitch about something.
And a lot of the screamers are not going to be even watching the show. They wouldn't watch the show for any which reason, shape, or form. They just want to be part of the. We made a change. Look at us. Look at us.
It's a collective hive mentality, like the Borg.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
They've been assimilated. I don't think that Fielding. I'm saying this without having heard the exact quote, just going by what I perceive as the context of what was being said or whatnot. But she's always been kind of that sort of character, though, right? When she was Steven anyway. So I see it more as her just coming off as a strong female character, which was great about her. You know, her character.
yes.
And I mean,
she was one of my favorites all the time. So
yeah, and she was one of those rare companions that was just like. I mean, Martha left on her own accord, but she was walking away with a smile. I mean, Tegan just like ran off like, screw this.
She couldn't take seeing the death all the time. Everybody dying. I mean, she just got tired of it.
You know, another thing, all these people are screaming that we're bashing on her. I dare them to watch. I don't care what era. I don't care how many episodes. I dare them to watch at least a handful of episodes, and if they would come back later and still feel the same way, I'd have respect for it. But they don't. So,
a handful of episodes. What, the classic series you're talking about?
Classics. It doesn't matter if it's a classic series. Doesn't mean I don't care if it's the updated series. If they want to make their argument that a woman is the right person for the job, then, and you want to call us mass and all these names. Then watch whatever era, classic or otherwise, and if you still come away feeling that the Doctor still needs to be a woman, I'll respect it. But don't.
Scott saying
Some of them don't even see any classic series, so they can't really
they don't
judge
want to watch Doctor Who, and they wouldn't watch it for any reason whatsoever. They just want to be part of made changes.
They've got no vested interest in the series other than politics and their social agenda is all it is.
Right.
Like they're not actually coming at it from a viewpoint of being a fan of the heritage of the series itself.
Well, I guess we're noticing that people are not regular viewers, that they know full episode counts and who all the characters are, knew who. They're just getting mostly into it because there's a female Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they really couldn't tell this one from that one yet. You know, so we'll have to see how that's going to turn out.
Well, they're wanting that. If you can eliminate the past and eliminate history, then you can recreate how things are.
But then you're doomed to repeat the same mistakes, though. That's the whole point. Like, you learn from history, so you don't repeat the mistakes of the past. You know, so if they're gonna do that with Doctor Who, somebody's gonna wind up thinking that they created an original idea, and it's gonna be something that was already happening.
Saying, "Oh, look, Bill's our first gay person," when in reality, Captain Jack.
Captain Jack, exactly. And then they use all kinds of things why they're right and Captain Jack really isn't, but he is.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah,
you can say he's omnisexual, but still, that is homosexuality.
Look at they said they were when Wonder Woman came out. They're like, Wonder Woman is the #1 origin box office movie in history, and it was like, no, it was like Spider-Man, you know. And then even though, you know what I'm saying, like and it was just they just put that out there to lie, just to try to make it like it's something it's not.
Well, a lot of times I hate when they don't take into account for inflation, and they say like, oh, this is the biggest movie, whatever, and it's like, well, no, it's not. You know, you're not putting the inflation in there,
right?
Like movie tickets, I mean, like Gone with the Wind, like it's probably outsold more actual tickets and asses and seats than probably any film. But I mean, you can't take a movie from like 1939 and say it's going to be the same as like Guardians of the Galaxy as far as the money that came in.
Right. I mean, Avatar, I think the main reason that it did what it did was 3D prices for movies. I mean, it's like $20 a ticket almost.
Yeah, it was $20.
So it's triple, quadruple. It was 2.6 billion or whatever because of that. You take away the money, and then it's down to 1 billion, whatever. You know, I mean, honestly, I don't think Avatar is going to come close to sequels. Avatar is going to come close to Avatar 1. You know, but and again, we're getting off topic at Doctor Who, but
has it been like 10 years since the first one?
I don't even know. I know they're filming next in a couple weeks, but
well, it hasn't been 10. I know that, but it's been thinking back on it now. I think they came out maybe it's been at least 7 years. I'd say
it's been a while. Yeah,
and I mean, and the movie itself wasn't that great. I mean, it was it was something to look at. It was a spectacle. Right. But,
yeah, I mean, hopefully one day Doctor Who could be in the theaters too. I hope, but they'll probably screw that up. Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing like Jodie Whittaker's casting. It's kind of like when I've made comments in the past where I've said, I haven't seen Johnny Depp play the Doctor, but I think it's a bad idea. I don't want to see Johnny Depp playing the Doctor.
No, I definitely don't want to do that now.
You're not watching the character for the character. You're watching Johnny Depp playing this. It's too much of an iconic actor playing too much of an iconic role, and it's a clash.
Somebody did a fan-made thing about several years ago where the 10th planet, but instead of having the Cybermen, they had the Daleks. I thought, I don't know, it was a fan-made thing, but it was sort of interesting. But they had Johnny Depp as the Doctor in that.
Robert Downey Jr. wants to be the Doctor.
Who was?
Robert Downey Jr. is a big Whovian, and he wants to be the Doctor.
No.
So, and even believe it or not, I think it's Chris Hemsworth is a Doctor Who fan, and Tom Hiddleston.
I see Hemsworth more as Doc Savage.
I think Channing Tatum's a huge Doctor Who fan.
Wow. Yeah, I heard that, something like that. All right, we're going to get out of here because it's getting late. I got to go to bed. We will be back tomorrow. The end of the world, right? Well, we're still going to be doing KSM. It's not going to end the world, but we'll do our stuff. Maybe.
No. That Planet X may bust into Earth, so this may be our final night, folks.
Then the bureau is coming for your ass, man. It's going to be
not happening. We'll be doing cast well into Sunday. All right, guys.
Planet that other planet is going to show up like in that episode.
All right, good night, guys. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.